Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to go ahead and change the thermostat on the Land Rover LR3. It's the V8. I already started with taking the cover off, as you can see. The V8 4.4 and the thermostat housing is right in here. It's a plastic housing, as you can see. Mine's leaking a little bit here, but that's from the hoses sweating up actually. But this can be a little bit tricky to do, so we'll go ahead and do that today. The appropriate thermostat is here in this housing here, and it's actually this 182119T here. It is a little bit different than most other thermostats that you see, because it comes into a little bit of let's say here assembly. As you can see, it's all I'll say nuts and bolts and a little bit of springs and whatever. And you can see it is a little assembly set that you need to go ahead and put in here. It can be a little bit difficult, and it'll be tricky as well because of these springs. They're a little bit tough, and that's what we're going to have to deal with today. So we're going to start taking off the hoses. I actually vacuumed out my water already to get lower level of water in here. There might be some water up here as well, so have something underneath so you don't spill it all over the place. But take this hose off right here, this hose down here, this hose right here, and then you can take this and you can bend it away a little bit so you have some more space to work on. And then you got a torque there, a torque here, and a torque there, and then the whole thing should be coming apart. Let's get started. That's the thermostat right here. As you can see, the clips, it's kind of hard. Runs in there, and this is the assembly where you got the different clips in here as well. So you got the spring and a detainment ring that actually keeps this in place, and can be tough to deal with. And then once you take that out, it should be fine to change. So let's get that started and do that. Here it is. Now pay attention to how it put in, because you might need it again. Same thing with the O-rings and everything else. You should change it. They do leak after a while, and they do get bad after a while. So that's basically how it goes. So if you start with it, here's the thermostat itself with a little spring. The thin part of the spring is pointing downwards. Remember that. And then you got this one. It's the old one. And then the thermostat itself right here. In this case, I don't know how many years it's been sitting there. We could have been there for quite a few years, and that's about it. The thermostat housing itself looks quite okay. We'll have a look at that, but so far quite happy with it, and there are holes through everything. So that's it. So as you can see, I just cleaned the whole thing here completely up, so it looks good again. And I did that very gently with a cloth and a little bit of detergent inside to make sure that the O-ring, when it goes in, is actually very, very nicely done. So pay attention to, it's got some small wrinkles on there as well to keep it in. There you go. Make sure this is completely clean, otherwise you're going to have leakages. Same thing on this one here. You might want to wipe that off with a cloth as well. And I'm going to use the same one as I just did. Be careful when you do it, so you don't go ahead and get it all destroyed. It doesn't take much because it is plastic, and I do not like that they use plastic on this, but I mean, this is what we have, so this is what we're going to work with. And you can also elect to change the whole thing, but it's a lot, let's say, more of an operation to do that. You have to take this off. You can actually take the other part off as well to get there, but it's sitting all underneath your manifold intake, and that could be a little bit of a hassle to do. So I'll suggest initially just change this, and then we'll see how it goes from here. See here in a second, I'll be done. You can use your, if you want to, you can use your compressor, of course, as well. I have a small light brush here. Don't do it too violently, just do it gentle, and you should be fine. There we go. This is now all cleaned up as well, and it's time to assemble the thermostat itself. So the thermostat itself is actually all the components are here. It's a little bit of an assembly program, but as you can see, many other cars, they come in one. You just put it straight in. The thermostat itself is right here, and then the locking mechanism is over here, and then you got the springs here as well. This is the kit that I bought. I bought at the local advanced auto parts store. I'm not getting paid for this, but I'm going to see if I can put it in with only the pair of pliers here and without destroying anything, of course. So let's get started with that part. So here is the housing in, so we might as well put that back in here and see if it actually does work. They can't get stuck. It seems like it fits pretty well. Then this one here has a remember, it's cone shaped, and the tighter ones are actually pointing outwards like this. That way it's able to push this one in, so when it comes up, it actually opens up nice and dandy. Then this one, cone shaped as well, it won't fit on this one unless it actually is correctly in. So if you want to, I'm sorry about this, but if you turn it upside down, it won't go on. So this is pretty obvious the way it's put in there. So there we go, there we go. This one here goes in there, hopefully. There we are. And now it's just a matter of getting, the hard part here is to press this spring together, because that is where you need a special pair of pliers for that. But I'm going to see if I can try it without it, and hopefully it will work out. We'll see. But it's hard to press it down. So you can see it's gotten in place now. We just need to go ahead and get the last part in, and then it should be fine. It's a little bit tricky, and don't destroy the housing. Oops. So the new thermostat is now installed in its housing. Everything there is actually done as well, so we can actually put the whole thing together again. It should fit straight in as it did before when we took it off. So here we go. Go like that. One. If you are nervous to drop your screws, you can always put some paper on them, on your chalk, and then you can put the screw back on here in between. That way it'll grip a little bit better. That way you won't drop your screw in between all the belts down below, and it might save you some hassle as well. So this might be a, where don't tighten it up immediately, just put it in so you can feel that it's getting a little bit snug, but not really a lot. See, I'm only using 2 fingers here, There we go. Let the seal settle a little bit. And there we go. 1, 2, and 3. Don't snap them because it is plastic. Keep going until you, I'm using my little bit of elbow torque here. There we go. And there we go. That should be fine. This is basically the installment of the thermostat. Now it's just a matter of putting the hoses back on, refill it. I'm going to let it run with the cap off to let it air out itself. There is an air vent up here as well. You can actually elect to blow a little bit of pressure on here. I do that, and then sometimes I'll go ahead and open this, so I'll bleed out the system through this valve up here. You just you screw off. That way you know you got at least you got some coolant all the way up on the highest point. So that's about it. Let's get started with that part. As you can see now, I'll go ahead and blow some air through it. Don't drink this stuff because it's not good for you. But I'm just going to bring it up. There you go. That way I know I've got to get it all around the engine. Yeah, it's getting there. Now it's coming out, so I'm putting the cap back on here, and there we go. Now it's just a matter of starting it up and see how it goes. Get some all this juices off here. It's a little bit dirty and messy, but that's how it goes when you have to deal with this. There we go. That's about it. All done. So that's how you change the thermostat in a Land Rover V8 4.4, sitting right in here. And I'm just about letting it run now and starting it up, and then I'm going to air it out, and that should be all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe to the video, and then I'll come back with another one whenever I have a chance for it. So stay tuned and drive safely out there. It's time for me to do like a tree and leave. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you next time.